When you order a new car from a dealership, if you're like me, you think about every single option. Is there value there? Is it going to help performance? What's the cost? You weigh everything. I worked through Ford's configuration tool for months, trying to figure out how to order my 2021 Mach 1. I knew I wanted a white one. I knew I wanted a black interior. I knew I wanted a handling pack. And I knew I wanted a 6-speed. On this episode of Tony's Fords and Mustangs, we say goodbye to all that in exactly 1.1 second. I placed the order for my new Mach 1 in January of 2021, and on the morning of April 1st, 2021, the new Mustang Mach 1 arrives at my dealer. I pick it up that afternoon, right away. I knew there were a few things I needed to do to make this car my car. The Cup 2 tires had to go, and a few things needed added. Hood struts, an oil catch can, front splash guards, but I would have time to work on it. All those things were added, and the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's were installed. The final piece was the MGW shifter, and that was installed about a month and a half ago. That would complete the changes, and the car was exactly what I wanted for how I was going to use it. The first test of the completed package was to be on Rally North America's Drives event. We had an hour and a half at Kentucky Dragway. I really wanted to redeem myself and get this car into the 12s. A drive on the Dragon Slayer in Kentucky and the back of the Dragon in Virginia on day 1. Diamondback and a stay at Lake Lorne, North Carolina on day 2. And we were wrapping up day 3 of the event on Road Atlanta. This is one of my favorite tracks. The drive to the start of the event was routine. Up until the 1 second, it wasn't.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? To cancel the call, please choose cancel from the screen or press the hang up button.
Are you okay?
A 911 assist call is being placed. Sync will speak first to the 911
Are you all right?
operator before opening the line. Please wait.
See nothing. Fucking asshole came right over.
Sending important information to emergency
Break.
Please wait.
Stay there, honey.
I got it.
Okay.
Sending important information to emergency Please wait.
In a haze of airbag fumes, I can hear my wife is in extreme pain, and there's little I can do to correct it. I needed to know that she was okay, that there were no internal injuries, that she'd be able to walk away from this. I have to kick my door open. It had been blocked by the front fender that had been pushed back. I run to her side of the car to open her door to vent the fumes out of the car. And for the first time since the impact, I can see she is breathing somewhat normally. She's in a lot of pain. The minutes until the Cumberland, Maryland police and EMTs showed up, and it was mere minutes, seemed to last forever. The EMTs help my wife to the ambulance, and I follow, and they begin to assess her condition. I'm taken aside by a local officer and asked for registration and insurance information. The other driver is offering apologies, but I'm too numb to anything she is conveying. In this point in time, her feelings don't really matter to me, and checking in with my wife constantly while supplying the officers with the information they require. It's my third time out of the ambulance when I really take a look at my car, or what used to be my car. The Mach 1 lay in many small pieces across and along the highway. On both sides of the bent guardrail were littered with parts. My oil catch can lay in the road, behind the car, along with the coolant reservoir. None of this had any effect on me in the moment. So how did this happen? Those in law enforcement call it a PIT maneuver. PIT is an acronym for Pursuit Intervention Technique. PIT maneuvers are used to actively end vehicle pursuits. Officers are sometimes given the option to force a fleeing vehicle into a 180-degree turn, and this is effectively what happened to us. The force of the car that collided with us broke both my rear axle and the front axle of the car that hit us. And the initial impact effectively put us into a 180-degree turn on a wet road with only a lane and a small shoulder to the guardrail. I tried to countersteer and brake, but that had little to no effect over the short distance we traveled. traveled. When I slow the dash cam footage down, it's clear to see the tires lose traction with the road, the rear end is forced in the direction it was bumped, the kinetic energy is still present, and this continues to force my car in the general direction it was going before it was struck, but the wheels are now sideways to the first impact. The car skids, the tires are now pointed in the direction of the guardrail, and head in that direction. My attempt to steer out of it was useless. There was 1.1 second in real time between the initial impact and the guardrail. It happened that fast. The damage to the Mach 1 is extensive. The car absorbed a lot of the impact as it is designed to do. We were traveling at roughly 40 to 45 miles per hour at the time of the first impact, and I don't believe my braking slowed the car very much. The airbags deployed. The seatbelts held us. Both of us are very sore and coughing a lot because of the airbag dust. We decided against going to the hospital as we felt they may want to keep us there overnight, and neither of us had broken bones or sustained life-threatening injuries. We preferred to get checked out once we were able to get home. We were taken to a local hotel by one of Cumberland's police officers. I watched the Mach 1 in motion for the last time on the back of a rollback while on the back of a police cruiser. Fortunately, the other driver had insurance. It's been 5 days and the Mach 1 has officially been determined to be a total loss. Between the original impact, but more so from the secondary hit into the guardrail, there's just too much damage. I wouldn't want the car back if it could be repaired. Its value would be incredibly diminished. It wouldn't drive the same. Chassis M1544 is gone. I'm happy to report that my wife and I so far seem to be okay. We're both still beaten up, sore, cut in many places. We went to a hospital local to us. My wife, after an extensive series of scans and x-rays, checked out okay. I'm too dumb to get checked out and I seem to be on the mend. All of this put me in a place I didn't want to be in, the inflated price car market. I'm expecting a check for what it would cost me to replace the car in this market. However, finding an exact replacement would be very difficult. I want another white Mach 1 with the handling package. I think I'm okay with either transmission. I love a 6-speed, but being slower than a 10-speed automatic is a bit rough, and it's rough finding a Mach 1 at all. Those that have them on order can attest to that not being the greatest option either right now. I will keep you posted and updated as things progress. I need to give a sincere thank you to all the first responders of Cumberland, Maryland. The police, the EMTs, and fire department all arrived very quickly. They attended to my wife thoroughly and with care. Officer Fazenbaker and the other officers that arrived on the scene were respectful, professional, and caring. I'm not sure what we would have done had these public servants not come to our rescue. The concerned citizens who just happened to be driving by that stopped and stayed with my wife while I was pulled away were caring and kind. Jess and the staff at the Fairfield Inn were very understanding and sympathetic. I also want to thank the engineers at Ford Motor Company and the workers at Flat Rock's assembly plant. Impacting a guardrail at 40 miles an hour and being able to walk away is impressive. And we did just that. There will be another white Mach 1 in this garage in short order. Getting knocked down is one thing, but guaranteed I'm getting back up. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.